Yes, perfect. Wonderful. Well, welcome to our National Association of Community Health new member webinar. Okay, good. Oh, thank you. Yes, Aurora, please feel free to put any of your questions in the chat, and either we'll answer them as we go throughout, or we will try to come back to them at the end of this presentation. So NACHW, the National Association of Community Health Workers, was founded in April of 2019 after many years of planning and advocacy among CHWs and allies from across the country. Our vision is to unify a workforce of community health workers, of community workers across geography, ethnicity, and across sectors, supporting communities to achieve health, equity, and social justice. So our vision, it's up here, and these are the ways we aim to reach our vision. And that's by engaging CHWs, allies, supporters, partners, sponsors, and influencers, expanding our membership and NACHW recognition and CHW recognition, opportunities and collective action, enhancing CHW leadership skills and opportunities, educating stakeholders on the impact of community health workers, and establishing a national voice and sustainable strategies on issues related to the CHW workforce. We are proud and honored to have membership across 48 states in the United States, and that may have changed. We are going to do a quick check, but I think we're up to more than 48 right now. Our memberships begin at just $20 for CHWs, and they differ based on category. And on our website, we have our membership packets, which are for you to have, and also useful in sharing with your networks to let them know about NACHW membership. So this is on our website. When we do a walkthrough later of the website, I will show you kind of where this lives and what the documents are. Our board of directors is representative of community health workers and allies from across the country. And just last year in August, at our first ever annual meeting, we elected 6 new members, and there were 4 CHWs and 2 allies. And if you visit our About Us page on our website, you can read the bios of each of our board members and learn more about them. NACHW is also networked across the country through our National Ambassador Program. And this program was launched in 2019. These 20 ambassadors from 19 states work with NACHW to expand our connections to local and state CHW efforts and to engage our members and partners in collective action. So as I mentioned before, today we have one of our NACHW ambassadors, Lakita Watts, who is going to share a little bit about her experience. So welcome, Lakita.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. Again, my name is Lakita Watts. I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So hey, Maria, and I think Christian, nice to have some Milwaukee people on the line. I am the Wisconsin CHW ambassador. I'm also affiliated with the Wisconsin Public Health Association's CHW section, as well as vice president of the Wisconsin CHW network. My experience as an ambassador has been very rewarding. I've had the chance to work with community partners with the development of the Wisconsin CHW network to establish it as its own entity, and kind of collaborate with community partners statewide to support the workforce development of CHWs, as well as use my positions in collaboration to bring awareness to like the CHW scope of work, CHW integration into community clinical linkages and settings, as well as advocate for CHW reimbursement and sustainability. A lot of my work right now is in the birth world. I am a full spectrum doula. I started off as a client before I became a community health worker, right? So I started off needing services, needing a community health worker before I even knew what a CHW was. And then I went through my CHW training and then became a a certified CHW, and then now I have my own organization where I work with other community health workers to provide support groups to youth that experience or witness something traumatic, as well as provide doula services to teen parents as well.
Thank you so much for sharing. So as you can see, the work that community health workers do is so broad. And so having our ambassadors really helps for us to get those services out there in a more unified fashion and really just getting collective action out into the community. I'm gonna go back to this. Or we're moving slowly, who knows? So we also have here in this meeting, Aurora. So Aurora, if you want to take a minute to talk about NCERN and our COVID-19 efforts.
Yes, absolutely. Hello, everyone. My name's Aurora. I work for NACHW as their member and partner engagement coordinator. I'm also working to coordinate several of our COVID and vaccine initiatives. I just have a couple slides to, you have slides.
You go ahead.
We're double prepared for this meeting. One moment. Is the slide in full view?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you all about is that NACHW has joined with Health Leads, Partners in Health, and some other partners to launch a vaccine equity movement as part of a broader health equity movement. And kind of the first thing we have done to forward this work is create a vaccine repository about webinars and toolkits and things people can use to further their work in vaccine equity. I will put those links in the chat. I'm also happy to share this presentation with you once we are done. These are some of our collaborators in this work. In the coming months, we're hoping to do monthly webinars, to do bright spots, and to answer people's questions about vaccines as the pandemic develops. Our other big initiative is that NACHW is a strategic partner in the National COVID Resiliency Network, which is an initiative put forward by the Morehouse School of Medicine to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 on racial and ethnic minority and rural populations who have been hardest hit by COVID-19. This work is funded by the Office of Minority Health, and NACHW is partnering with Morehouse to connect them to CHWs to develop culturally appropriate strategies and connect directly with vulnerable communities. These are their objectives to, again, identify and engage with these communities hardest hit by COVID, to nurture existing and develop new partnerships, disseminate culturally and linguistically appropriate information, link vulnerable communities to resources with technology. Morehouse has recently launched their website, which I will also put in the chat, which can be a great resource in finding, testing vaccine information and even vaccine sites. And then they have a rigorous monitoring and evaluation system, as well as a comprehensive dissemination platform. These are their priority populations. Morehouse specializes in certain regions that have been hardest hit by COVID, and they want to focus on these priority populations as well. And these are some information, these are some links you can use to get involved in the network. They have regional community coalition boards, which you are welcome to join through their website. I will share that link in the chat as well. The other thing I wanted to share with you today is the new page on our website where you can get the latest news on our work with NCERN. As part of our work, we wrote an environmental scan about what CHWs are doing in regards to COVID across the past year and what we recommend NCERN does to incorporate CHWs in the future. And as part of our work, we have contracted with 10 CHWs to support this work across the country from various communities. On this website, which is nachwa.org/NCERN, you can read their bios, learn where they are, and get connected with them. If you want to learn more about NCERN, you want to benefit from this information, you just want to say hi, that's all great. And that's all from me. Thank you all so much for being here today. And I'll put in the chat if you have any questions about COVID or you're looking for COVID resources, please feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you. And again, always double prepared. Thank you. So we're going to move back to the rest of our presentation. So another thing that NACHW has been working on is our CHW Document Resource Center. So in August of 2020, in cooperative with the CDC and NACDD, we launched the CHW Document Resource Center. The main use for this was to find information on the process other states have gone through to advance policies around CHWs. So these documents can help you understand policy options available in your state, or to learn about experiences in other states that have pursued policy or investments similar to ones you may be considering. So documents in here include reports, policy studies, meeting minutes, legislative bills, and other materials that show how state level groups have created definitions, policies, and workforce development programs for CHWs. So these are very useful for like organizations that hire and work with CHWs. Maybe not as useful for individual CHWs, but if you are a leader in CHW workforce development, local governments, then this resource is very useful. And I will show you where that lives on the website when we do our walkthrough a little after this. And some exciting upcoming events. So on our website, we will list any upcoming webinars. Those will be in the events tab, which I will also show. But a big event coming up this July, so this was our save the date that we sent out over the holidays, is the Unity Conference along with NACHW's annual meeting. So that will be on the 28th to the 29th. So keep an eye out for registration. It promises to be a great 2 days of coming together to discuss issues around community health work, and there'll be a lot of opportunities, so please keep an eye out for that. And we also want you to connect with us. So of course we have our website, which is www.nachwa.org, and you can also email us at info@nachwa.org. We are also on Facebook, and Facebook is a great way to connect with us regarding upcoming events. We also share a lot of posts and events from our partners. So that's at CHW National, so just right there in Facebook. And we're also on LinkedIn, and that is also /company/CHW National. So please follow us on both platforms. We're also on YouTube, which I should have put on here. Just look up NACHW, or National Association of Community Health Workers, and it has a lot of recordings of previous webinars, which may be useful to kind of go back and watch. And so something else we're going to cover is the new Member Toolkit, and this is on the NACHW website. So I am now going to get online and kind of show you how you would navigate the website and update your member profile. So we're gonna go, here we are, all right. Share my computer screen with you all. Okay, can you all see my Google Chrome? Great, perfect. So this is the NACHW website, which is nachwa.org. So when you go straight to the website, this is the landing page. So this includes our mission, vision, values. And then on the bottom, it also includes any upcoming events. So you don't have to navigate all the way to events. You could, it's right there. But if there's any upcoming events, they will also be listed on the first page. Yeah, so this is just general information. And then if you go to about, this is the page I was talking about before, that includes, if you go further down, our board members and our committee. So NACHW board, we have a couple of different committees, so you can read about them here, and you can see our team, you can read everybody's bio. So this is where that information would be. We also have a COVID-19 page, which is great resource for community health workers and those working in community health. So this is where we aggregate as it's coming in about COVID. So we just added a section on vaccine info and tracking. So this page, it's a living page basically. So as things come in, we update them and we update some of our own projects that we're working on, as well as information from the CDC, any presentations that our partners have done. So this is a great page, particularly for COVID resources. And then we also have, as Aurora was talking about earlier, the Morehouse NCERN project. And so there is a button you can click right here and it takes you straight through to that page. Or if you're on the home page and you hover on COVID-19, it's a drop down as well, and it's the same exact page. So this has the project description. It also has Aurora's contact information. So it's a great place to direct other people as well. And we have that report that she mentioned earlier, the environmental scan. So that's where all of this information lives. And then we have our policies page. So this aggregates some policies around CHW. So that's policies from APHA. It's also where you'll find, so NACHW partners with other organizations to create reports. And so we have a partnership with NACDD on some reports. So we had a sustainable financing of community health worker employment report that came out late last year. And so this can be found here. You can find the brief, the full report. And we had 2 very well attended and highly requested webinars from the author, Carl Rush, where he kind of walked through the report. So if you were to click on this, it would take you straight through to the YouTube. So you could, so if you just click on there, that takes you straight through. And then it also links you directly to the CHW Document Resource Center that I mentioned as well. That resource center can also be found by, if you're up at policies, it's a drop down similar to the NCERN page. And this takes you directly to that Document Resource Center where you'll find information on it. How can you use it? Who should use it? And then it also has some fact sheets here. It tells you how to use it, how you can help. So we want to hear from you. So if you're using this Document Resource Center and you find some documents you think would be great, you can, through here, submit them to be added. So we want to keep adding to this Document Resource Center. We can't do that, without your help. So we would love some advice or some suggestions. We also have a communications toolkit. So if you click on that, it takes you to a page where there is information on how to market the communications or the resource center. So this includes about, so it's about NACHW, about the CDC, and then it also has some social media imaging. So here you'll find the post, so you can just copy this directly from the page, copy and paste it into a social media post along with a graphic. So there's this graphic you can put on Facebook or Twitter. So the longer ones are formatted for Facebook. And that just really helps get the word out there. And if you are involved in your organization's website, you can download these. They're just kind of like bars you can put on the bottom or on the side of your website, and a link directly to the Document Resource Center. And that, again, just helps us get this resource out to people. So that's another great way that you can help support the work we're doing and getting these resources out to the networks. And then if you're, so membership. This is where we would direct people who want to learn more about NACHW and about becoming a NACHW member. So this, excuse me, has a description of what membership gets you. And here, right underneath it, are 2 links. So there's one about individual membership. So that's for an individual CHW or an individual ally. And then there's an organizational member. So if you click on these, it takes you to, I don't know, are you seeing the new page?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That takes you straight to this packet. And in that packet, it tells you about NACHW. It tells you what membership does. So that is great for sharing with, you know, if you're an individual member, but you work for a larger organization that is not yet a member of NACHW, that's a great resource to take to them to kind of advocate for why it would be beneficial for them to become an organizational member of NACHW. And then we have news. So in the news is where we post updates. So when we publish the full report, the NSERNs, the CHW scan, this is where we would announce it. So just to say, hey, this is some new work we're doing, come check it out. We also post jobs up here. So sometimes we'll be looking to hire someone. So, you know, earlier, late last year, we were hiring a consultant. And so this is where we post this. This is where we posted those 6 new board members. So it's always worth it to check out the news session or news section of the page. There was also events. And so the only event currently listed right now is our Unity Conference and annual meeting that I mentioned. So that's down here. But as up until basically this morning, this event was listed. So if somebody had come on, they would see it, they would click on it, and there would be instructions. So this one is just to save the date, so there isn't much, but there would be information and instructions on how to register. So this is the non-member public-facing front end of the website, so everybody can see this. However, as members, in order to log in, you would just come to the home page, hit log in on the top right of the page. Here you would enter your email and password. So your page will look like this. It will not have this black bar. That black bar is there because I'm an administrator on the page, so I have editing capabilities, but everything else will be the same. And you would click the members area. And in this members area, so this is stuff that only members can see. So it includes so right when you get to the home page, there is a message from our board chair, Wandy Hernandez-Gordon, where she welcomes you and you can watch this video. There's also that new member toolkit, which I will come back to. There was also a member directory. So this is where you can find other members. So what is very important is when you are signing up to become a member, you're asked to do like a member profile. This is where that member profile is incredibly important. It helps us basically learn more about our members and find out how we can best tailor information for them. But it also makes it so that you can find each other. So you can find each other by areas of work. So if you filled this out and somebody clicks, you know, outreach, you would pop up if they're looking to connect with another member that works in outreach. We also have resources where you can upload resources, opportunities, which I don't believe we have any right now, but this is also where we would post jobs. So if we have some jobs that are coming up or, you know, other kind of learning opportunities, this is where we would put them. So it's worthwhile just kind of checking in. We will also, you know, post this kind of stuff on Facebook. So if you follow us on Facebook, you'll know this is happening, and we'll basically in the post be like, if it's a members only opportunity, go log into your account and find it. And so that's another way you would use this. And another reason why it's important to be checked in on Facebook or LinkedIn, whichever one you prefer. And then this is where we would have members only events. So not all events are for the public. Some are just tailored for our members. So they would also live back here. So this is different from the regular front-facing events in that sometimes they have the same things, but they wouldn't always. And this is where you'd edit that profile. You'd click edit profile, and then you would enter all of your information in here. So if you didn't fill out the entire thing, take some time whenever you have 5 minutes and just go into your portal, click edit profile, and just edit it. Just add it, like fill it in. It will really, it helps us out. It helps us to make it a much better experience for you as well. So on that members dashboard, right when you walk in, we have that new member toolkit. So you would click here and you would be taken to the toolkit. This toolkit is also another living document in that we keep adding to it. So it may not look the exact same or not all the content. You'd have more content if you came back, you know, in a month or so. So this toolkit is really for our members to learn about their membership benefits, figure out how to gain access to tools and resources, and also communicate this to their networks. So when you become a member of NACHW, if you're excited and you want other people to know about it, this is a great place to stop and have the resources to help you communicate that to your community. So in here, we have links to some background on CHW. So this is some APHA documents. We've got ASTHO. So this is where you would have some background info. Oh yeah, and go straight to the next page. Again, we have that information on what NACHW membership gets you. You know, that's access to that newsletter. It's the opportunities for webinars and like learning activities. So you can also click on these graphics, and this leads you to those two membership packets I mentioned before. So this would be the individual packet, and this would be the organizational packet. So you can get them on the membership page, but they're also hyperlinked in here. So if you click on it, it takes you straight to those PDF documents. We also have an About NACHW PowerPoint slide. So this is in PDF, but if an example I mentioned earlier, let's say you are an individual member and you would like to pitch this to your organization to become a member of NACHW, this document is basically those like first few slides that I showed at the beginning of this that just tell you more about NACHW. That's what these are. So they include the vision, some background, guiding policy. So this is where you would have access to that document to share with other people. And then we can keep going. And then we have some social media messaging. So this one, so right now we have two posts, and we keep adding to this. So we'll have more as we go. And so you can share this. So for example, this first one is like, learn about the benefits of NACHW membership today, register as a CHW, ally, or organization. And it has the website that has the membership page. So you would literally just copy this, paste it into a post. And let's say you're on like Facebook and you want this doc. Let's say you want this picture. You could click on it or open it in a new link. And then you would literally just right click it and save it. And it would save to your computer, and then you would have it to upload into that post. So we make it pretty easy, just a copy and paste job. You don't have to do any formatting, you just toss it in there. Yeah, so as you come back and this document grows, we will continue to add different kinds of social media posts. We also include a web banner. So much like we have a banner for the Document Resource Center, we also can just have a NACHW banner. So you can, pop this on the bottom of your own homepage, or, if you have a web page on your website that talks about other resources, that's a great place to put the NACHW banner. Again, you just download this or like save it to your computer, upload it, and then you hyperlink it to the NACHW website, which is nachwa.org, or you ask whoever's in charge of computer stuff at your organization to take care of it. Yeah, so that's what we have. We also have a link to the policies page. Again, some info and a link to the Document Resource Center. And then we have some information about COVID-19. So this page is actually going to be expanded because we've just published the NCERN page, the Morehouse NCERN page. So this is actually going to be expanded very soon with all of the additional work we are doing. And yeah, I think that is the gist of it. So yeah, welcome to NACHW. I hope that was informative. And if you have any questions or if any questions were asked in the thing that I need to address, please let me know.
I don't think so. Someone asked if we had an Instagram page, and I said not yet, but maybe someday.
Yeah, not yet, but keep an eye out. We may. I think it's super important to be on there. We recognize that so many members are everywhere, right? They're on different kind of platforms, so we are very much keeping that in mind. So we don't have one yet.